Welcome to this great adventure of two sisters.
Absolutely not. Hey guys, welcome to the Regina Kids podcast. I am your host Maxie,
With her lovely younger sister, Rita the H.A.M.
and here on the podcast, as you can see, sibling relationships can be loving and sometimes a bit
Dramatic.
affect me, please, complicated. So join us every week as we explore all aspects of having a sibling.
Come be our sibling.
Yeah, exactly. Welcome back to another episode of the Regina Kids podcast. I am your host, Maxie,
I'm your host, Rita.
and with our special guest, Ree. What's going on, sister?
Nothing. Just chilling.
How was your week?
It was good. Tiresome but good.
Tires,
School,
tiresome.
school, and more school. Oh, I get to take pictures, y'all. With digital camera. A good digital camera. I can't wait.
Well,
That's
that's
what's
what's
up.
up. You know,
Yeah.
I like taking me some pictures.
He said I have to do a after and shutter speed pictures. So we shall see how those turn out.
I have
That's
no
what's
idea
up.
what
I
that
know you,
means.
right? I know you back in school. The kids back in school. Everybody back
Yeah.
into the swing of things. So that's what's up. So
Yeah.
today we're going to talk about being a sibling since I have all my siblings here. I know this will air after this happens, but today I did see a video of Serena Williams giving her, she got a little emotional after she lost in the third round. I'm bringing this up because it coincides with what we're going to discuss today. And towards the end of her being emotional, having, how they come in their face and they be talking to him, she basically said that she would be nothing without Venus. So
That's dope.
that led me to believe that having a sibling, for people who have siblings, whether they're blood related siblings or you adopted, your friends become your siblings, that, sibling relationships are really important. That's the reason behind the Virginia Kids podcast in the first place, is to discuss the relationships between siblings, because we can all grow up in the same house, like the like our intro video said, we can grow up in the same house, go through the same things, but have totally different experiences. So
Right.
today we just gonna, get to know y'all, get to know our siblings and get to know the dynamic of our sibling relationship. Cause growing up in the house with three girls, it had to be some ups, downs, and rounds and some drama. So Riri, since you the oldest, as you
Relicious.
oh God, Rita.
I
Really?
couldn't. I couldn't
That's
hold it. I'm
old.
sorry. I couldn't hold it. I couldn't hold it. Sorry.
Oh, Reese, since you the oldest, as you stated the last time you was
Right.
here on the podcast, why don't you start and tell us about your sibling relationships? Because you have two siblings on your mom's side, and you have what, four or five on your dad's side, so you got a
Oh, he
heap
Four.
was a
load.
I have
rolling
four, I think.
stone. Dun, dun, dun,
Wait,
dun,
five.
dun.
I have five. I'm
Wherever
wrong.
he
I
laid
have
his
Right.
five.
hat
So
was his
altogether,
home.
Rita,
Oh, my bad.
um, so you
What?
have seven siblings.
Yes.
So if you want to go into, your sibling relationships with us, your relationships with
I'll go with both of
them,
y'all.
you know,
Okay, so as you know, growing up, I had my sister Maxie and Rita.
dang, you gonna put my government, and I'm just playing name out there. No,
Your name is right there.
yeah, I'm just okay. I'm sorry. I'm not going. I'm not going to interrupt.
So no, you can. I don't care. So more so with Rita and Maxie, we have our ups and downs. We siblings. We bicker. We fight. We go through our little spats. But
You
you
leave us
know,
out in the snow.
huh? What you say?
You left us out in the snow.
When
Really,
we
Rita?
when we get to that, you could tell your story.
Yeah.
I just had to throw that out there.
Well, so we have our ups and downs and our bickers and our laughs and our craziness, but y'all always have my back, like I have y'all's. So we done been through some crazy stuff. Whew.
Have we? Like what?
Like we sliding, fighting through the house with some soap and water.
I didn't. What?
You don't remember that? When
So what
Mama,
had so what had happened was, did I spill grease on the floor? I can't remember. Well, anyway, somebody spilled grease on the floor. It probably was me, but I don't remember. Was it me, Max?
It was you.
Okay, so I spilled some grease on the floor in the kitchen, and I was like, and Maxie was like, "Oh, you going to clean it up?" I'm like, "I'm gonna clean it up." So I ended up pouring water and dish soap all on the floor, and then I just felt like it was. I think I like stepped in it, and it was like kind of slippery, and I was like, "Man, I feel like we should slide in this." So of course Maxie wasn't gonna join because she's a party pooper, but me and Rennie was pushing each other down the hallway and buffing my mom floors.
With
yeah,
with
her floor
cooking
was clean
grease,
for a good minute too.
with cooking grease,
Water and
water,
soap.
and just soap.
Yep.
Yep, it was fun.
So, do you feel like your relationships with your mom's kids versus your relationship with your dad's kids, like, is there a big difference?
It is because I haven't. I mean, I've grown to know them, but with y'all is y'all know everything. You know, y'all see when I'm not there. I should say,
Explain.
like when I'm in my worst moment.
Okay.
So they don't see that. You don't share
I mean, I share
that
with one of my
side.
sisters. I share with my sister Tiffany.
So, how
Sh-
many siblings? Like, what is the
Oh,
combo over there?
okay, so it's my sister Tasha, my sister Tiff, my brother Joey, my brother Robert, and my other brother James.
So you
I
got
really,
three brothers and two sisters.
yes.
Okay.
So I talk to the girls more than I talk to the boys, which is crazy, but it's not, I guess.
Hmm.
So, I talk to Tasha every other day, but I talk to Tiffany a lot, because she has made me like, feel more welcome sometimes, because I'm looking when okay, so let's start from the beginning. I don't know where I was coming from. Where was I coming from that day when I went to the house? And my dad was there. I met my dad when I was 24. So me being me, I didn't know. Me, I'm not paying attention to him. I walked in. My mom said, "This is such such." I said hi, and I went about my way. Like, whatever. That's none of my mama friends. You know,
I mean, do you really want to go into that actual story?
I don't care. I'm cool with it now. So when mm, I came in, I was just like, whatever. That's one of my mama friends. I'm doing me. So I'm not paying attention to nobody, nothing. So then I think a couple he left, and then a couple hours later Maxie was like, "I gotta tell you something." I said, "What?" And she was like, "That was your dad." I said, "No, it's not. My dad at home." And wherever he was at. Was he in Springfield then?
Yeah.
He's in
He in
Springfield.
Springfield, so I ain't got time for that. That's what I'm thinking. I ain't never say it, but that's what I'm thinking. I'm like, whatever. She's like, no, you ain't pay attention to him. I said, no,
Uh,
I no. She's like, well, that's your real dad. I'm like, real dad, whatever. You know, I'm like, whatever. I'm going through too much anyways. I'm like, whatever. So then when it finally hit me, I cried. I was kind of mad. I'm not gonna lie, I was kind of mad. Like, why would my mom keep that from me all that time, thinking somebody else is my father? You know,
Right. But did you ever have that conversation with your dad
which one?
as to why he
Yeah,
never
you
was?
know what he told me? Um, he found out mama was pregnant, and he said he did not know mama was still married. Well, he knew or something, and he gave her money to get divorced, and she up and left and went
Okay.
back to our dad. So it's it was where mama said she told dad, but to he said dad said he didn't know.
Okay. But I'm talking about your real dad. Like, what was his reasoning for not coming around?
Oh, he asked mama was I his, and she told him no.
Okay.
So he just said okay and went about his business and didn't worry about it until when I turned 24. And our cousin Jan was there too.
mm-hmm.
And she
Me and
said she
Jan
was,
was sitting on the couch.
yeah. She was looking like, but like I said, I wasn't paying attention to that. Why I'm going to pay attention to one of my mama's friends? You know, even though he was asking me questions, I answered it. Yeah. Why would I pay attention to that? So a couple of years go by. I find out I have four other siblings then. I start talking to Tiffany more than I start talking to Tasha. Tiffany
Mm,
is the one that welcomed me to being part of the family. So with her being there, I had a more closer bond than her, you know.
mm.
Did
Then,
you
huh?
did you ever feel like what's let me see how I can phrase this. Um Being that you found out that that's your real dad and that you got siblings over there, do you feel like you have more similarities with them?
I have more similarities with Tiffany than I do Tasha. You know,
I'm talking about them versus us because you grew up with us.
yeah, in a sense, sometimes. But like when certain things I can't go to them to talk to her or anybody to talk about, I come to y'all or vice versa. You know,
So it's certain things that you feel like you can talk to them that you can't talk to us about.
Not in per se, but like just say it's a family thing with them. I can't come to y'all and say, "Oh, we're having a family thing." You know,
I mean, you could. I mean, it ain't no like,
I know, but I
ain't no
don't.
big deal.
Well,
I know.
just to go back a little bit to a little backstory, because this is the Virginia Kids podcast, but we haven't really dove into Regina, her story as a whole, but just a little backstory. She married my dad when she was 16, he was 21.
Mm,
So I think we said that on a previous podcast.
Yeah, they was really young.
Well, right. And after they got married, he, my dad, went and he was a Marine, so he went away to Japan and he was gone for 3 to 4 years, something like that. And during that time, after they got married, they were corresponding through letters. He sent a letter to my mom that was supposed to go to another woman that was clearly his girlfriend or something like that.
Right,
So that in tune made my mom basically say, even though they were still married, they was broken up. So
right,
she graduated high school early, got into her career because she didn't get into a traditional career. She's been, fixing washers and dryers for 25 years. She was an auto mechanic. She was a meter reader. She was a janitor. Like she never got into traditional fields that people believe that women should be in. So she basically moved on with her life. She met Rena's dad and they got into a relationship and they were like together for like the 4 years my dad was gone.
hmm
So from the story that we were told, she got pregnant by Rena's dad and she was supposed to go meet my dad because he finally came back from Japan and get a divorce.
right,
Well, she didn't get a divorce. They ran off from Illinois to North Carolina.
right.
And then from North Carolina to Carbondale, back to that's Illinois. From North Carolina back to Illinois. So yeah, we didn't know that Rennie had another dad. Like she stated till she was 24. And my dad never treated her any different.
No,
At all.
he
So
didn't.
um yeah.
But the funny story is
Right.
how,
So to get from 0 to 24, she was, we all have the same last name. My mom was still married.
yep.
Her
Mm.
and my dad stayed married for 11 years. And then here comes Rita being for the streets.
First of all, I was not for the streets yet. I was still a baby puma for the streets. I wasn't out there like that yet. In the
This
beginning.
in the beginning. Here's the beginning. So the reason
So when
this
I
is the
say
reason why we found out that
yes,
Rennie had
Oh
another dad.
yeah.
which is it's so crazy, but this goes back to like how that era, that group, age group, them boomers, how they secrets that they keep have catch up with them all the time. Excuse me. So what happened was I was in high school. It was had to be sophomore year. I met this dude. He used to walk me home. He used to walk me home, carry my books, all this other stuff, whatever. We was just cool. Cause again, that I I wasn't really talking to guys that was in my school. And me and him had started dating or whatever. And so we dated on and off for years. Like I knew his family. I knew Rennie dad, but I never like you just don't put two and two together. Like I seen him, I'm like, oh hey, Uncle Robert, whatever, and move on about my day. It wasn't nothing like that. So I knew his family. Just about everybody who was in my close knit circle knew of my ex or whatever. So one day we at home. Me and him wasn't together, but we were still always cool. I'm at home. He was like, "Yeah, did your mom used to?" At one point in time, my mom was a kindergarten teacher,
N-
Yep.
and
She
she
wasn't a kindergarten
was
teacher.
it. She was teacher's aide something,
She was a tutor.
whatever. She was in the education business, and she actually tutored one of now that we know Ree's cousins, right?
Mhm.
So what happened was he called. He was like, "Hey, ask your mom if she know. such and so and so. She's like, yeah, I used to teach him, blah blah blah. He was like, oh, okay. He said that she used to date Uncle Robert. Really? That I was like, that's crazy. Like, cause mind you, I knew him from when I was 16. Fast forward, Rennie was 24. I was 20 years old, or about to be 20 years old. You see what I'm saying? So I'm like, really? My mom was in the bathroom, so I went and sat on the stairs. Cause I don't care about her being in the bathroom. I'm gonna ask her a question, like most kids would do their parents. And I'm like,
Rita
Ma,
don't care about nobody's privacy.
whatever,
So.
Maxie.
She,
I don't. So I was like, Ma, Robert Taylor? She like, yeah, light skin. Like, when I say gave every detail, probably knew his social security number. Oh, light skin, crazy color eyes. Used to be in the military, blah, blah, work for the railroad. Blah. I'm like, yeah, that's Richard's uncle. How's that Richard's uncle? That's his mom's sister. That's his mom's brother. Tell him he needs to call me right now. Like, it was an emergency. So I'm like, okay, give him whatever. So then he shows up, and her and my ex are first cousins, meaning his mom, Ree's dad, are brother and sister, same mama, same daddy, everything.
Yep.
And so he comes in and he like, I'm like, so dang, when did y'all date and all of this or whatever? And he like, when your around time your mom was 19. I'm like, 19. I said, Mama, you cut it kind of close, because then you had Rennie when you was 19. He like, yeah, I could have been all y'all daddy. I'm like, bro, you bugging, because you can't even don't play by my daddy. But all right, whatever. So no, that's what I told him.
I know, scale it back.
So mom had to drop me off at work because I was working at this daycare on the military base, and I was like, damn, Mom, you cut that close as hell. Like, he could have almost been Rennie's father. And she was like, you get on my damn nerves. You're so goddamn nosy. And I'm like, well, what you trying to say, girl? It's a 50-50 chance that could be Rennie daddy. The next time he came over there, me and my cousin Jan was sitting on the couch. Now, like, once you get that information, now you looking for clues. So we looking dead in his face, and me and Jan like, oh my God, he got Rennie's whole goddamn face. Like, nah, that's her daddy. Like, lips, like, she got his whole face. So that's how we ended up, all of that information came out.
Yeah.
Because Rita is nosy and she's for the streets. But
yeah.
But
this, hold on, the beauty, so don't be coming for being for the streets. Because the beauty of that is this whole situation right here. Praise the Lord. There you go. Because of me being in the streets.
What?
Being of the streets.
She wasn't for the streets. She was just in the diving, ready.
I was your daddy, girl.
She was in the streets.
I was in them streets, okay?
Well, here on the Regina Kid podcast, we do want to hear from our siblings. Have you ever been the one to expose a family secret?
Okay.
Drop us a sib note at reginakidspodcast@gmail.com. So, Rita, growing up, being the youngest, usually they're the spoiled brats.
Nah.
Of the group. How do you feel about having siblings?
Well, growing up with y'all, I love having siblings, but y'all wouldn't play with me. So
she destroyed stuff.
Let me tell my own truth. Thank you very much. I don't call it.
She was weird.
I wasn't weird.
Rita, you was weird.
I was weird.
Yes. You forget your peanut butter and everything sandwich.
That what you call creativity.
You
Okay.
had peanut butter and everything sandwich, girl, bye. And then got sick after.
Duh, because all of the shit that was on there. Why ain't y'all tell me to stop? Like,
When could we tell you to stop
but
doing
Stop
anywho,
to
that?
do
I don't appreciate. Well,
anything.
first of all, I don't appreciate being called weird or saying that I
Well,
was
how about this? You
destructive.
was just unique in your own skin.
Thank you, unicorn. There you go.
The
Fuck.
pony with a horn. Okay. Um,
Okay, so having y'all as siblings, I think for me, I think it was great, very entertaining.
you were the only one that was entertained though.
Right.
If y'all would have played, well, if Rennie wouldn't have been, first of all, growing up, Rennie was in her own little world. She didn't want to play. She didn't want to be bothered. So that was problem number one. Problem number two was that you, Maxie, didn't know how to play the right
Excuse me?
way.
What's the right way?
Maxie, you
Cause
bougie.
all you would do is sit your
Huh?
ass down in the pool. Wasn't no pool party. Like that was boring.
To you.
It was boring.
You were destructive. You didn't know you were the one that didn't know how to play.
She made Dow's throw up.
That
Right.
was just see a lot of stuff was just to get on Maxie nerves.
Exactly.
She be like, look, Maxie, the Dow's throwing up. Like, what? She ate too much. Maxie, the Dow gotta throw up.
Why are you telling all my business?
She was,
Destructive.
whew. But you know what? Out of your uniqueness, I swear, you can make a person crack up.
So being that we're talking about how it feels to have siblings,
I think
name
it was great.
name one thing you love about your sibling.
Hmm. Let's see. One thing I love about my siblings. It's a lot that I love about y'all. Y'all
Okay.
always have my back.
That was gonna be Rennie's answer. I could see it all over her face. I'm gonna need both of y'all
I
to
sure
come
was
up
finna say
with
that.
a better answer.
But you know
uh
what?
no,
The one
like
thing I love about y'all keep it real. Even with my other side of some people, keep it real. But we ain't gonna talk about that side. But y'all keep it real with me. Y'all don't sugarcoat my bullshit. I should say.
yeah. But I mean no, like for real, like one thing I love about Maxie is her creativity. And she keeps me
Going
not so much going. She keeps me in
level.
order. Like,
Oh,
cause for
balance.
me, I'll have like all these thousand ideas or whatever, and then she'll come with the logic and realistic about each one. Like it's a nice dynamic that we have when it comes to like business and things like that. Just I love, but also I love her creativity too, because I can tell her the idea of what it is that I have in my mind, and she literally can bring that shit to life. So like that's dope to have. And then she's dependable, and not we can always talk. Um, One thing I love about Rini, you do have a very kind heart. You can be crazy as hell sometimes. That always makes me laugh. You're caring. You will humble the fuck out of somebody. But I mean, I think it's like dope to have y'all as sisters.
I mean, I don't have an answer to that question. I barely like y'all on most days.
You was
So
mean as hell.
Nigga, whatever.
uh,
Whatever.
I
You
do
know
one
you
thing
love
though.
all of
I
us.
do because
Damn it.
I'm trying to float in my wisdom being this OG 39. So I do want to apologize for the crazy shit that I used to do to y'all back in the day.
Girl, but too late for that.
Dang, she not even
Dang, you
accepting
can't even
your
take my
apologies.
why take my shit back then?
Okay.
Shoot.
You
Cause I had did some crazy shit to y'all.
have, but
But you know what the root of that was? Is cause y'all almost murdered me.
how we murder you?
By
What?
trying to throw me down a laundry chute.
Nobody was throwing you down the
You
laundry
down on the
chute.
laundry
Yes, y'all
chute.
will. Yes, y'all did. Y'all did try to throw me down a laundry chute.
Nobody did that, Rita.
You.
No.
Anyway,
So y'all trying to make it
so
seem like I'm crazy and making shit up. Y'all did literally try to throw me down a laundry chute.
it is just your
You a
imagination.
lie.
Running away with you.
So, Rini, what
Maxie,
is your
you didn't
sip?
answer the question, Maxie.
I did
What?
answer it. I told y'all I barely like y'all on most days. So,
So with
Such a jackass.
Rita, I love your
Lay it on
ongoing.
thick. Lay it
Huh?
on thick.
that's all she want is a
What?
bunch of compliments. No.
Shush.
You said-
I love your ongoing spirit. It don't stop. It don't like it don't ever stop.
I'm like, bad boy, don't stop, won't stop. Okay, sorry.
Like you keep on going. You keep on going. It ain't a day that you if you talk to you you ain't going doing something. You don't stop even with anything you going through, you know? So with that being said, it's just like sometimes I'll be like, dang, when she ever sit down? Or it's just, with when we talk, you be like, sister, or you say something crazy. Like, what
Yeah,
the hell is
that's true.
wrong with you?
Nothing.
I know, but
right.
that's just you. That's your personality. You just bring out the craziness in people, but
Well,
in a good way.
I'm going to say that the things that I love about my siblings are that you guys are resilient. That no matter what you've been through, no matter what you guys are going through, you still find it in you to keep going. I think that's the best part about being one of Regina kids. Like good, bad, or ugly, nothing is gonna hold you down or stop you from trying to achieve your goals. So I applaud y'all to keep striving to be successful, to be in loving relationships, to just continue to be great. So
I
drop
wasn't
us a
finished.
what?
I ain't say nothing about you.
I'm not searching for compliments like Rita.
First of all, I wasn't searching for compliments. I just said she could lay it on a little thick if she want to.
Oh
I
well,
was
I'll
finna
give you
say,
back the floor.
Maxie, you know, you been there through a lot.
Cause you sound like you about to start crying. I don't need that today.
No, I'm not.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
just saying you been there through a lot. You
You ain't
know,
gotta lay it on thick for her because she said she ain't like us.
I've been knowing you my whole life. So
I know, but some siblings don't do like I know people that have siblings that don't have a bond. You know, they really don't give a fuck if one sibling died. They spit on that type of shit. You know,
That's rough.
what kind of people you be around?
Like, goddamn.
That just that just took a left turn, turned
so
down a dark alley real quick.
Like, damn.
no, I'm just saying it's siblings like that though. Like they don't give care. They will just say whatever they can live on the street and not help them. So it's with you, Maxie,
It's a cold world.
you'll give it to us. Even if even if you don't have it, you still try. And I love you for that. You you make it seem easy.
Oh,
Oh,
we love you,
I gotta go,
Maxie.
y'all. I gotta go.
Okay.
Okay. But my note for the sibling thing, family is everything, regardless if you're in a bind or siblings or whatever, they always gonna be there 100%. Love y'all. Bye.
Well, guys,
That was such a dramatic exit. No, I'm just playing. Like she dropped the mic and left.
I was trying to help her. I knew she had somewhere that I knew she had a call that she had to take today. I was trying to get there, but she wanted to keep going. I appreciate her
I
for
would
that.
like to say, Max, you looking mighty saucy and spicy today, girl.
You know,
I'm loving that hair, girl, and your little graphic T-shirt.
you just take stuff
You
real.
look like graffiti.
You know,
You look like you're from the Bronx.
something is wrong with you. Anyway, Rita, what is your sib note?
Go stalk your siblings. Go love on them. Tell them you're
Stop.
sorry if you did something.
Stop.
Try to fix it. Fix it. It's
Try
the
to
best
fix it.
thing to have. And
My,
again, if you don't have a sibling, we will be happy to be your siblings.
what is the multiple voices that you having today?
I don't know. Oh,
Anywho,
you know what it was? I was listening to that 2 Chainz girl. It was like I feel good. Ooh, I feel good. Ooh, I feel good. Ooh, I feel good.
and that
So
made you want to change your voice?
no, no. Sometimes I don't even realize that actually happens. So yeah,
Okay, well,
whatever comes out just comes out. You know what I mean? So you got any plans for this evening?
a little razzle dazzle. But as always, my sib note, next season retail I'll stop saying and retail stop cutting me off. But
It's a
um
work in progress.
it definitely is. The podcast journey is not for the weak. My sib note of the day would definitely be that you don't always get an opportunity to fix something. And sibling relationships are hard. They like any other relationship,
Yeah,
significant other, parents,
takes
kids,
work.
you have to put in the work and the effort. I know that there have been times between me and my siblings we've had spats about one being closer to the other. And I know that in discussing that we had to explain to each other that like it took work to get there. For
Mm-hmm.
people to be like, "Oh my God, you and your sister are always together. Y'all look alike. Y'all be alike. Y'all be hanging out all the time. Like I love the closeness in y'all relationship." It took work. It wasn't something that people are different. You could have
Yeah.
the same parents and be like total different. And then you have people that do comparisons and different stuff that happen to one another throughout your lifetime. It's a lot
Mm-hmm.
of stuff that goes into that, but these relationships take work. Sibling relationships
Yeah.
take work, just like any other relationship that you might have. The relationship with your parents, you have to know their story and what your kids are going through, and your mate. They all take work. So just like anything else, you have to put forth effort.
Yes, Lord.
Yeah, I mean, and it doesn't mean that sometimes it's going to always turn out the way that you want to. My whole thing is if I gave 115% and it didn't turn out the way I expected it to with my expectations, then at least I know I put in the effort. So I can't feel a type of way. But that would be my sib note of today. You have anything else for your siblings out there, Rita?
Yeah, I just want to piggyback off of just some key things that you had said that stands out. I mean, really putting in that effort to try to fix it, because if you know that you tried and you put forth that effort and you did everything that you could do, then if it doesn't work out, it's okay. You're free from that, because you actually put that effort forth and you tried, and then in the end, if something does happen to that person, whether it's a significant other, parent, sibling, you're gonna feel you're gonna be okay with however the situation end up being later on in life. It makes so much of a difference.
Healing
But
is very important in all
at
relationships.
least try. You know what I'm saying? Even if you're the one that has to, you know what I'm saying, give the olive branch first. Like sometimes it's worth that effort. And I know for me, even, you know, with our like this whole podcast journey, like it's even some things that, because the thing is, me and Max, we talk every day. Well, she really don't have a choice, but that's not here nor there.
I have choices, okay? You're not gonna bully me into talking to you all the time. I have a choice.
But anyway, but no, but we talk all the time. But even in that, with like just with being in this podcast, it was things that I learned about our relationship back there. And you was like, if this is your first show that you're catching, if you go back and look at our journey, there's certain aspects that I didn't know that she felt. So, and it's things that she probably learned that she didn't know that I felt. But even in that, and having those open conversations, we're able to be even closer or get even a better understanding just from having those conversations. And you're not always gonna agree, but you can, as long as y'all leading with love, you can agree to disagree and move on.
Right. So thank you guys again for joining the podcast. This is the Regina Kids Podcast. Drop us a sib note at
Oh
our
yeah.
email at the Regina Kids Podcast at gmail.com.
And it's still
And
nice outside, so you know the sky's out, so let them thighs be out.
the sky is out, so let the thighs be out.
Well, you know, I live in Florida, so the sky's always out. So these thighs right here, gonna be out. If you don't like it, don't look. I don't care. But these thighs, like today, I'm keep this shirt on, this shirt that I got on right now, and I'm finna put on my shorts. And I'm finna step outside to show these thighs, let them get some color.
Okay.
I love living in Florida. So nice. The sun. Skies out, thighs out, people. Go ahead, put on your hoochie daddy shorts.
Thank you again for joining us on the Regina Kids Podcast. I am your host, Maxie.
I'm your host, Rita. Y'all have skies out, thighs out.
See y'all on the next episode. And continue to glow through whatever it is you're going through.
Put some oil on them thighs.